Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Pollys Brew Co. And this is a can of their B-side Patternist Black IPA coming in at 6.6% ABV. I've not had a black IPA in a while. Black IPAs, wow, where do we start with black IPAs? They came in massively in 2011, 2012. Stone Brewing Company's Sublimely Self-Righteous was probably the leader of the pack, the market leader. Everybody in the world of brewing was looking at Stone's Sublimely Self-Righteous and thinking, how did they do that? How did they produce a black beer that tasted like a golden IPA? And that's exactly what the promise was of black IPA back in the day. There was lots of discussion in forums and of course on this YouTube channel, everywhere. Everybody was talking about black IPA because IPA in itself is pale. India Pale Ale. How can you have a black India Pale Ale? I was on the other side of the fence. I was on the side of the fence of this is innovative, this is great, you do this properly, it's going to be fantastic. It will be fantastic. So Pollys Brew Co, one of the star brewers of the UK at the moment, Pollys, everybody wants to try some of their beer. Thank you very much to Rob in North Wales for sending me this beer. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. I'm really interested to see what Pollys' take is on a black IPA. So some will say that this beer style has evolved over the years. Some will say that now they are simply black or hoppy stout, should I say. A hoppy stout. On a personal level, just call a hoppy stout if you want to brew that style of beer. I think a black IPA should be doing that magical thing of tasting golden, but it's black. That's the magic of it. If you want to brew a hoppy stout, just call it a hoppy stout. American hoppy stout. It's simple. We'll all understand that one. Black IPA, it's a bit shady, isn't it? It's a bit of a mystifying drink. One finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass, good levels of carbonation. Let's get the aroma then. Oh, it's interesting because I'm picking up caramel malt. It's really hoppy, don't get me wrong, it's really, really hoppy. 6.6% ABV. I mean, if you close your eyes and think about this beer for a moment, I'm going to close my eyes. There's a touch of kind of like, I don't even know if my hand's in shot. Yeah, it is in shot. It's got a caramel aroma running through the beer. But other than that, you'd think that you were drinking something hoppy here. You definitely would. You're getting your nose in you and you're thinking grapefruit, orange peel, passion fruit, mango, but with like a sticky toffee pudding caramel flavour that's going with all of that. It smells delicious. A little bit of creme brulee as well coming through. Smells fabulous. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wow. That is the weirdest black IPA I've ever reviewed, ever drank, ever put my nose to on the channel. It's like a bowl of It's like a bowl of toffee ice cream. It's like a bowl of creme brulee toffee dessert ice cream. It's got a big, rich, creamy mouthfeel. Lactosey. A lactosey, creamy mouthfeel. But at the same time, it's hoppy. It's definitely hoppy. I think they should have probably gone down the lines of hoppy stout here, Pollys. And there's no problem in calling your beer a hoppy stout. I think that would have been a better path to take with this beer, is to say, yeah, hoppy stout, rather than black IPA, because as I mentioned earlier, for me, black IPA is a different drink. It definitely is a different drink. Although the aroma is making you think, yeah, this could be a golden ale or something light and hoppy, the taste is quite different. The taste is rich and creamy and velvety, like a stout. There's a biscuity, bready bowl of chocolate ice cream, creme brulee flavour running through this beer. And then it's bitter on the back end. It's got a cracking bitterness on the back end. There's orange peel, fleshy blood orange, passion fruit, mango flavours coming through. It's really interesting. I'm just thinking now, why am I'm rubbing my keys. I'm like, I'll pull them out my pocket now, and I'll show. I was just doing this in my pocket. I was just like playing about with my keys, and I do that when I'm concentrating. I do that when I'm like really kind of delving into my thoughts with anything, not just beer. But I found myself really thinking about this beer and really kind of not struggling to work it out. I worked it out in the second taste. It's definitely a hoppy stout. For me, it's not a black IPA. It's a hoppy stout. But that's fine. That's fine, because some will say black IPAs have evolved into this anyway. Some will say that you could either call it a hoppy stout or a black IPA these days. That initial mystifying early black IPA, that black IPA from Stone Brewing Company, that sublimely self-righteous, was one of the most mind-bending, crazy IPAs that I've ever tried in my life. And I think, unfortunately, they don't make that beer anymore, but it was incredibly, you really had to kind of like, if you were pulling that beer apart in terms of flavour, it was magical. It was magical because you were drinking a golden ale that was black. This is not that. This is more stout. You can see it's more stout. You can see the body. As I'm rolling the beer back and forth, you can see that carbonation chasing the head of the glass. You can see that kind of slightly lactosey, silky lacing on the glass. Is it interesting? Yes. Is it tasty? Yes. Am I enjoying it? Yes. Is it a hoppy stout? Yes, it is. Don't think a black IPA for me. But I might be in the majority. This is the thing. I might be in the majority. Brewed and packaged at Pollys Brew Co. Holland Farm in Mould, Flintshire. The ingredients are water, malted barley, oats, wheat, hops and yeast. So it's not lactose. I'd like to apologise to Pollys Brew Co. Lactose is a bit of a swear word in brewing these days. It's oats, so it's not lactose, it's oats giving that creaminess. It's done a really good job of making it creamy. Kind of, it almost has that lactosey, almost synthetic feel about it, but that's a great job if you're going to do that with oats. A Black India Pale Ale, Eldorado Simcoe. Thank you very much, Rob in North Wales, for sending me the beer. I'm going to rate it. Pollys Brew Co. B-side Patternist Black IPA, 6.6% ABV. Looks good. Smells good. Tastes like a hoppy stout. They're always hard to judge, they're always hard to taste and really get your head round. I think at this stage, because it's such a confusing, Black IPA is such a confusing style. It's such a grey area in brewing. What it should be, what it shouldn't be. The arguments over Black IPA are huge, absolutely huge. People still argue about it now. So for that reason, I'm going to say, out of all the confused stuff, do I like the beer? Yes, I do. I do like it. I like it enough to give it an 8 out of 10. It's an 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.